That's what I'm saying. For me, I was very bitter at the time. Can you niche nigga chamani? I woke up, I think, was a kuija, but it my uncle.
But continue. Gumzam.
Can you niche nigga chamani? I woke up, Nimbasanta kuija, Omo Uganda. Mutakwete Jizachin Kor. That's a pack of beans.
Yes.
That you don't understand. That's quencher, fam. I can come here with my big dreams and my big ambitions and whatnot. And then you just look at me like flowers.
But we had to.
Huh?
Because the reason that took you
it's not what
brought you.
You guys took me to go and do some generic
you didn't
quencher.
expect someone like Mommy from deep in Rushozi to understand what you were talking about. Even us who were here in Kampala, we really didn't understand what you're talking about. So you really can't blame us.
Obviously, at the time, no, in hindsight, I don't.
Yeah.
It was a question of your lens, how far, the foresight, you know what I mean?
So how you mentioned earlier that it affected your mental acuity.
Mental acuity?
What?
Equity?
Mental what?
Mental acuity in Jamaica.
How did that affect you? In what way?
Because at the end of the day, you guys are loved ones and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you ideally need validation from those that, you know,
that love you,
that you hold near and dear to your heart, you know what I mean? That have a special place. But then the same guys that are the very simple that can tear you down.
True. Yeah.
Whether knowingly or unknowingly, because the truth is, it was the space I was in as a creative. You guys did not understand it at the time.
Yeah.
So, for me, in my mind, I was young at the time, so I did not understand it, and I found myself in a trap where I was consistently trying to prove my worth, consistently trying to tell guys, listen, there's another way to life. You can actually be an artist, you can be a media personality, you can do this, that, and the third. But now, as a person, Mama, I can't be an engineer.
Yeah.
Because it's the high watermark of human
Because
achievement.
It's what she knew.
That's what she knew. That's
so
as far as her lens could allow her.
You tell us.
Do you know what I mean?
How did you? At what point did you realize? First of all, how would you define what you do currently?
I'm a stream.
What does that
Keep
mean?
her the flame. All of them things there. You know what I mean?
You're having a serious conversation. You're judging nonsense.
Many families that need to have that conversation.
True. But you see,
what does that mean?
I call myself a stream. I am not what I do. You're not what you do.
Yes, but what do you do?
I don't identify myself by what I do. I am a stream. I am a creative. A stream is one that you cannot block. You try and block this pathway, another one is curved, another one is curved. For me, I'm just going. So as a result of being a stream, I've opened up avenues that I did not even know I possessed, which is acting, podcasting, mental health advocacy, music, which goes without saying. And all these things that just seem to open up as a result of approaching things from an authentic standpoint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I know that many people understand what being a creative means, but just to be clear, who is a creative?
We're all creatively created by the creator to be creative. Maybe him. Maybe him. Do you know you're creative?
What does that mean? How?
That means, first of all, for you to understand you're creative, you have to be authentic. But most of us have been raised to be a cheap copy, a cheap imitation, systematically, because from your infancy, we've been told that be like, sound this, like, do like so and so, be like your cousin. So at the end of the day, few of us are willing to tap into that
who we really are,
authentic self. You know what I'm saying? Which is not only you can be an authentic lawyer, authentic doctor, authentic, but just be creative while you're at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that requires you to venture into the unknown. Because you see, all through medicine, civil rights, all these other inventions and whatnot, there are men and women who dare to believe there's more out there. And as a result, they were ridiculed, mocked, judged, laughed at, and misunderstood, rejected, like I was. I would like to believe. Okay, that's what I created a narrative in my head, because people kept telling me, no, you can't. 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 Which took a toll on my mental health.
Yeah.
But as a result, people like that who have ventured into the unknown have instigated an age of wild adventure.
Under what circumstances did you realize that you are creative? Because from what I know, you realized that later on in life.
When I was young, I was just on quencher vibes.
Quencher, pure, like you say. But what drove you to realize that you are creative and that you had all that in you?
From when I was a child, I might not have aired this out, but I knew I was not designed to be a statistic.
Okay.
Huh? I knew I was not designed to be a
You knew
statistic.
that you were different.
I knew I was
Do
different.
you
Do you know what I mean? And all of us are different. I was not supposed to look like, sound like, be like the next man. You're
Yeah.
unique in your own capacity. And by the grace
True.
of God, I left the country when I was a problem to Musei.
Okay.
And then I met people who helped me hone my craft and teach me what this other way to life that made me come alive. Because,
You were exposed to other things.
and I found that which makes me come alive. Because at the end of the day, it's about you finding that which makes you feel like a child.
So what I like that you say that. What are those things that you were exposed to?
My creative side. I
Like-
found guys who do music, who do media, who the critical thinkers. I met critical thinkers. People who allowed me to
there were no
think.
critical thinkers.
There are, but you see, the truth
Yeah.
is, there are, but we're not allowed to. We have many limits. We're suppressed because of the system we find ourselves in at home.
Yeah.
The system is constantly not in favor of those who are critical thinkers.
Yeah.
Aganamazm. Let's cut to Chigan. So,
Ngomazim,
when you are you're going to quickly be looked at as a rebel because you've gone against the norm. You've gone against the system. You've gone against what has been paved before you. So I was met with rejection quite naturally. At the time, I was very bitter. I was very sad. I went into depression, severe anxiety, severe all these things.
Yeah.
But as I've fast forward, I quickly learned that it's not their fault.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory. When you're trying to carve your own path, those things are expected. One or kuenda, because you're going into the unknown. People have not been where you've trying to get yourself into.
That's true.
You
So
know what I'm saying?
how did you overcome that depression?
By speaking about
That you
these
went
things,
through.
speaking about it with my people, fellowshipping by the grace of God, most importantly,
Yeah.
the grace of God, and also sparing these things out. I like to talk to people about our current issues because I'm not saying I've overcome.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of
You're in a journey.
healing. I'm healing every single day. The more I speak on it, the more I work in it. So
Yes.
yeah, it's just been one of those moments for me, and I thank God for the space I'm in right now. And it's just that there are many things that we find ourselves. Most of us are depressed. We're anxious. We're in very weird places. I deal with the youth many times,
Yeah.
and we're all falling apart. I'm seeing young kids. The other day, I was so pissed
Yeah.
that I did an interview with this young guy who's in school, and he was telling me about the things that are in school, the drugs and
Yeah.
sex and whatnot, which, you know what I'm saying, us were also a bit not in our school days, but when you hear things like drugs and whatnot, and I could not post this video because I had to protect the child
Yeah.
from being attacked in school by this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's many children that are being affected, but we're thinking about protecting an institution
Yeah.
and protecting the child because they might ultimately get bullied and whatnot at the expense
And
of the
yet
truth.
these things are happening. Yeah.
And these things are happening. So for me, I live and breathe to exist in a space where we can actually talk about these things.
Yeah.
We can actually deliberately try and find ways of healing, because we live in a time where things are completely, there's an influx of information.
Yeah.
Challenges are woven in the fabric of society.
So are you passionate about mental, because I hear
Extremely.
many of your podcasts about mental health. Is it because you've been through it and
Yeah.
also you've seen people experience it?
200%. I'm going through it. There's many that I see that are stuck. They have been dampened as a result of not addressing these issues. Rehab centers are filled with children of rich people. Do you know that? It's the rich kiddos who are struggling the most. Do you know? So
The youth them.
the youth them.
The youth them. So the age group you're passionate about is specifically the youth.
Even big folk. It's big folk know how to hide their stress and depression and whatnot.
Yeah.
Parents, we're doing this thing called bridging the gap between parents. Our parents know how to hide their emotions. The children were not built with enough thick skin to do that. But yeah,
So what are some of the things, Derek, that you feel that you're doing or that you intend to do to help people overcome these things?
first heal,
How?
which is what I'm doing.
You or as a person?
We're on a journey together. So vulnerability is a key component in what I'm doing. As long
Speaking
as I'm
about
vulnerability,
vulnerable, Derek.
I'm not that vulnerable yet. You go in the car.
You know where I was
Don't
going.
call it. I'm trying my best.
You're trying your best.
Yeah.
Well done.
But,
well done.
Kwanka chai yarahe mwana.
Aleka kugamba chai.
Kana
Okay,
partner
so
kubi.
twagambe bit serious mnonga Derek ndo nienda kukubuuza. Are you dating?
Gwe chai yari.
Good day, person.
Tony
You know,
Nyaku,
guys,
Tony Nyaku.
this guy is my big bro. Just saying. I that might redeem me and put him in a bad space, but this is my big bro. My name
Big
is
bro?
Jane. Yo. You hadn't done.